This webinar explains the procedures for the Elizabeth Clark Emergency Fund. This program is only available to 2 of our counties, Medina County and Portage County. The Elizabeth Clark Emergency Fund was established to be a general emergency fund, and today is utilized in collaboration with other organizations to help address the emergency needs of individuals and families. This is a fund of last resort and is limited to assistance with obtaining clothing, furniture, and household items at Goodwill Industries retail stores. In order to obtain an Elizabeth Clark voucher or a gift card, you have to be referred. So social workers will call in these requests for their clients. This is only, again, for Portage and Medina counties. So a call will come in on the Medina or Portage skill, and it will be a social worker will say they want to apply for an Elizabeth Clark voucher. The taxonomy you use is general clothing provision. And you see it come up under Goodwill Industries, Elizabeth Clark Emergency Fund. Remember to always pay attention to your match list notes. As I stated earlier, the social worker will call in the request, but sometimes the clients will call to ask about the status of their application. If it's the actual client calling to ask about their application, you fill out the form up to and including the status check question and email to 211 supervisor. So, and again, always important to read your unpublished. You're going to submit the full data form for every new applicant and a partial form for applicants checking the status of their application. Before closing, save it and email to 211 supervisor. Make sure you select the proper Elizabeth Clark template. If a social worker needs to sign up multiple individuals, they will need to be logged as separate transactions, meaning you open one up, save the referral, fill out the data form, close that transaction, and start a new transaction. You can only have one data form per transaction. So if a social worker is calling for more than one, you will need to open the same amount of transactions and refer as clients. As I said earlier, this fund offers gift cards to be used at Goodwill stores in Medina, Portage, Summit, Ashland, and Richland counties for the purchase of clothing, furniture, and household goods. They also provide gift cards for interview clothing for those seeking employment. The cards expire in 90 days. Card value depends on family size and need, but the amount is generally $30 per person, unless special circumstances, such as the need for more furniture due to a house fire or eviction, require more. These amounts are determined on a case-by-case basis. This is a program of last resort. As I said, we do the data forms for Medina and Portage County. It's always, they have to be referred by a social service agency, a caseworker, or someone who is familiar with the client's situation. This is a program of last resort. The client must have exhausted all other options. It's social service agencies who call on behalf of low-income residents. You are only allowed to use this fund once in a 12-month period per household. It's also important to note that it's $30 per person for each member of the household. How to access. So a social service agency will call 211 and we will complete their application. Then we submit the form to Goodwill. Goodwill processes and mails the voucher within 7 to 14 days. It is common to have the clients actually call to check on the status of their card. Oftentimes, Shelley at Goodwill, she processes the application. She'll hold on to the application. They're very strict on the 12-month time frame. So if she gets an application and say they have used it in the past, she'll wait a couple of weeks till they actually pass the 12-month date and then mail them out. So you will save your referral, go to your data page, find the Elizabeth Clark, and again, even though you saw that it served other counties, we only fill the forms out for clients in Medina and Portage. So you have to ask the social worker the name of their agency, enter your name, your email, head of household information, goes right there. Oh, sorry, the last name. New application or a status check. If it's a status check, you select status check and then you would be done. You would save and email the form. We'll say this is a new application. Enter the phone number, the address, city, county. Will only be either Portage or Medina. Marital status. It's important when you fill out these data forms to always make sure you scroll down to make sure that you've actually gotten to the end of the form. A brief description of why they're seeking assistance. And here we go if they are, these are for any children. So you fill in each household member's age, gender, and the relationship to the head of household, whether it be spouse, son, daughter, and you keep going until you have everyone in the household listed. And then this will just be $30 times the number of people in the household, which I had 2 for this case, so that's $60. If there's any additional notes necessary, if they are requesting additional assistance above and beyond the $30, these are just extra room for notes, these fields. And as always, with every data form, we save, choose the proper template so it goes to the right place, Elizabeth Clark, email to supervisor, I'm not going to send this one because I don't want it to go to Goodwill, but you would hit send and then save and close. This is normally another organization or agency because it's the social workers calling. Other nonprofit. And you would end your contact. And then if a social worker was calling on behalf of more than one client, you would start a new contact and repeat the process. And again, this is just for Portage and Medina counties. And it will be a social worker or case manager calling to request the voucher on behalf of their client, or it will be the client themselves calling to check on the status of their application. Thank you.